What's up everybody, Brian here, early on a Friday morning making this video for you, bonus Friday video. We will have tomorrow's regularly scheduled Saturday video, but for today, I wanted to come to you, one, to show you some geckos, and two, to talk to you a little bit about how crazy the gecko selling world is, because things are hectic right now. So tomorrow I've got a big sale, altitudeexotics.com. A bunch of new geckos are going up for sale. So today we're gonna dive in and I'm gonna show you some of my favorites out of all the geckos that I'm putting up for sale, just to show them off to you guys, something a little different than the normal just boring slideshow video I usually do to promote sales. So I thought we'd do that today. But first I wanna talk a little bit about how crazy the gecko selling world is, because man, it's madness. I know I've talked about this in other videos about gecko sales and the gecko market, but the gecko market is so hot right now and it makes things a little bit crazy. So one of the issues that I'm running into is the way that I normally do sales. It took me a long time to come up with this routine, and I think the routine is the best way that I can do it. But generally what I do is I list all the geckos on my website, and then I open the website up, but the store feature is locked. And this generally gives people a chance to go on the website and look at everything, look at the prices, look at all the pictures, the info, everything, and decide what is it that you want to try and buy. And then a few days later, I'll publish a time, this case it's Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, the website unlocks and it's open for sales. That's generally how I do it. And it's the best way I've found to keep it fair for everybody, because there's inevitably geckos that a lot of different people want, and obviously only one person gets to buy said gecko. But it's not always that cut and dry. There's always cases where, there's always some circumstance where I have to sell something early, or just not everything's equal. It's not that black and white. So in this case, there was a couple geckos that were listed on the website that went up, and then I immediately took them off because I had previously sold them to another customer, and a bunch of people saw them on the website, and now I'm getting just bombarded with messages. Part of the reason for this video is I can't respond to everybody's messages because I'm getting so many, so I'm gonna make this video to kind of explain what happened. There was about 15 geckos on the website that got taken down, and the deal with those was, like I said, I really try my best to make it fair for everybody, because I just can't sell geckos to everybody who wants one. It's not possible. I don't have enough of the geckos that everybody's gonna want. It's just not how it works. Not everybody's gonna get what they want. I wish I could sell everybody the gecko they want, but I can't. So in this case, there was a bunch of geckos on the site, about 15 of them, that I have some international orders that are getting shipped Monday, like 3 days from now. And when you're exporting geckos internationally, you have to file the paperwork days in advance, because you have to do CITES export permits and all this stuff, where they have to know exactly what animals of what species and the exact number that are going. So those customers needed to have their orders closed a couple days ago, yesterday. So those geckos got sold early, and now I got some people that are messaging me and they're really upset because, oh, I wanted to buy that gecko and it's not fair. You sold it to this guy early and I didn't even get a chance. And I get that it's not fair, and this is just a situation where there's no good answer. But I want to give the best answer I can to people that are wondering what happened and are upset because they didn't get a chance to get the gecko they wanted. In most of the cases of the geckos that got taken off the website, that's what happened. I've got customers, I got an order getting exported to Canada on Monday and an order getting exported to Japan on Monday. And for the geckos that are going to different countries that have to be exported Monday, that's just the way it is. It's a hard thing to try and make fair for everybody, but the bottom line is, when these customers, there's that hard deadline of when their orders have to be shipped, and they're placing, very large orders for large amounts of geckos. That's just the way it works, and I get that it's not fair for everybody, and some people are gonna be disappointed, and I'm sorry about that, but there's just no good way to make everybody happy. I can't make everybody happy. And I'll also be perfectly honest, because I'm not trying to be a shady guy that hides things from anyone. Another thing that happened is I had a guy hit me up, a local US dude who I would normally say, no, you gotta wait till Friday, everything's first come, first serve. And he hits me up and says, hey, I really want this gecko. And I said, yeah, if you can manage to snag it Friday, it's all yours. And he said, well, I'll give you $400 more than what you're asking for it. And I said, yeah, absolutely, sold. You can buy that one early, which again, I get is not fair for everybody, but at the same time, I'm running a business here. I got employees to pay. I got a mortgage. I got kids. Like, it's a business, and if somebody offers me a bunch more money than what I'm asking for a gecko, yeah, I sold it to them early. And again, I am sorry to anybody else who wanted that particular gecko, but there's just no good answer. It's not, you know, it's not going to be fair for everybody, but I'm at least going to be transparent, and I'm not going to try and be sketchy and hide things or lie or whatever. So I wanted to put that out there. But all that being said, there are still plenty of geckos on the website. So I've got my phone here. I'm going to take a look at a couple of them to show you guys ones that I want to highlight because I really like them. The first one, obviously, there's two of them, ID numbers 18-RS-XX1227 and 19-RS-XX1112. These two geckos are really high-end confetti line geckos, and I want to highlight these ones because these are both siblings of a male named Napalm. A lot of you that follow us on social media or follow other gecko breeders on social media might know Napalm. This is him. He's one of my favorite productions ever. I absolutely love this guy. I regret every day selling him, but I say that in jest because he is with one of my good friends, Justin at Timeless Exotics. So if you want to follow Napalm, follow Timeless Exotics on Facebook. That's where you'll get his updates. He's one of my all-time favorites that I've ever produced. And these other two that I just named, they're siblings of his. So they don't look exactly like him, but you can definitely see the similarities. Same bloodline, same parentage. Absolute beautiful, beautiful confetti lines. I want to highlight these ones because the confetti line is one that I'm especially proud of. This is a line that I started with one gecko that I got in 2009, I think it was, a long time ago. And this is one of those lines that I'm proud of because I've done it myself. This isn't like the Axanthics I'm proud of, but I didn't create them. I got Axanthics and I've bred more Axanthics, and certainly some of the stuff I've done with them I'm very proud of, but the confettis are different. They've always had a special place to me because, you know, they started, I mean, I'll put up a picture now. This is Confetti, the original male named Confetti. That's what this line started with. Now compare him to Napalm. Like, that's where I got this line, just through selective breeding and improving that trait. That's why I'm proud of it, is because that's all happened here. And a lot of breeders that produce nice geckos can't say that. It's one thing to buy nice geckos and produce really nice geckos, and it's another thing to buy nice geckos and then make substantial leaps forward with that trait. And that's something I've been able to do with the confetti line, which is why it has such a special place in my heart. So I wanted to highlight those two are for sale tomorrow morning. Also, a girl named Malibu. She is also for sale. One of my favorite red and whites. She's been a breeder here for a few years. She was previously paired to Wakeboard. I won't mind. I'm adding a bunch of new breeders for next season, so I had to pick some other breeding groups that I was going to, you know, put up for sale and let other people have the opportunity to breed them. And Wakeboard's group was one of those that I did that with. And Malibu was the one girl out of that group that if she doesn't sell, I'm not going to be upset. The rest of them, you know, I want other people to have the opportunity to work with them. Malibu, I'm very on the fence about. I really want to see what she does paired with a lily white male. So we'll see if someone picks her up. If not, she is very well may stay and meet a lily white male. And then just to hit a couple more of the highlights, there is a pair, a het axanthic pair. The male is a 100% guaranteed het axanthic, and the female is a 66% possible het axanthic. That pair's up for sale. I get hit up for these all the time. So it's a rare opportunity to get a pair, and there's a pretty good chance you'll be able to hatch a visual out of it. So that's exciting. And then to get down into some of my favorites in the cheaper end, because not everything has to be my most expensive. I really like this male, 19-BH-CE-4-3. This is a orange and cream pinstripe male from an orange and cream pinstripe Dalmatian group that I had for a long time. I just love this guy's colors. That orange and bright white cream is absolutely gorgeous to me. I love those colors. Another one that I particularly like, there is a lot of charcoals up for sale. I'm not going to highlight any specific one, but I did put a whole bunch of different charcoal geckos up. My last update, a lot of people are asking because it was kind of lacking in charcoals. This one does have a bunch of them, so if you like the dark geckos, this is an update you're going to want to check out. And last one I want to highlight is this one, 18-SH-ZU1116. This really, really nice lavender harlequin. I've always loved these really light colored lavenders. There's a few of them in this update, so keep an eye out. But this one I wanted to highlight because she's got that really, really light, almost purplish in some lights. That's why they're called lavenders. They're actually gray, but they tend to look a little purplish, which is why people refer to them as lavenders. These are my favorites to breed with bright reds. I had a couple breeding groups like that for several years, lavender males to bright red females, and the results you get out of that are fantastic. They also work really good with oranges. That lavender gene is the same thing as you'll see referred to as the C2 gene, those really bright neon yellows and oranges. The C2 gene it's just a form of hypomelanism. It takes all of the dark, dirty melanin pigment out of the geckos, so that's how you get the really bright neon reds, the really bright oranges, the really light lavenders. All of those are a result of that same gene. So these are one of my favorites. I wanted to highlight that one. Other than that, I'm just gonna flash a whole bunch of geckos up for sale on the screen so you guys can see them. Don't forget, Saturday, the 2nd of October, tomorrow, basically, 2 p.m. Eastern time, the website will open. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow in another video. And other than that, have a great weekend, guys. I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you all very much. We'll see you soon.